Assalamu alaikum friends and welcome back to the course. In the previous video, we covered how we can refactor the public API. Now, there are some responsibilities that doesn't belong actually to the prayer time calculator, which is, for example, formatting prayer times. In this video, we are going to extract this logic and put it into own class or helper files we are going to see. So here, as you can see, we are using the prayer time calculator in order to format the times. So here we are formatting 12 hour and a half from float to 24, float to NS, 12 with no suffix, also 12 normal 12, and sometimes we do have invalid things. All right, we needed that kind of test, especially these two, in order to capture the behavior. All right, so we need to refactor this into something more pleasant. So here, first we need to extract this one. You can extract it outside, that's fine, awesome. Luckily for us, formatting is public functions. So we can copy all of them directly, extract them like that. Let's create another file. I think I'm going to keep it as this, call it time format utils, for example. And then, this would be top level function. They can live like that. Awesome. Now there is this none. I can use the following is none. We do have it directly and expect here the same thing. I think exactly is none like that. And I believe that's fine. No suffix. Yeah, we need just to rename the function to be much better. And usually we create class for the formatter, but I think making them as top level function is pretty valid option also, especially while working in Kotlin. Now here we can have a better name. I think we can rename this to 24 hours format. I think this is much better, right? And then I don't need these brackets actually. We can remove them. I'm going to talk on how to refactor this. Just trying to have consistent names. This will be 2 12-hour formats. That would work. We don't have usage of this function. This is weird. We are going to see what is the issue. Now I'm going to refactor this also to 12-hour format with no suffix. Okay, that would work fine. Well, we can extract this as a receiver. Yeah, let's do that. Make it as a receiver. This is much better. The first parameter only as a receiver. This also as a receiver. That would work. Now we can see what is happening here. Actually, we don't have any problems. Let's run the test to check if everything's fine. I think we'll have problem exactly. We'll have problem here in the format time. Exactly. So here we don't need the calculator. We can remove it. So I can use the following directly. 12.5 and make it to 24-hour format directly. Same thing for this one. This is NS to 12-hour format without suffix. Exactly. This one requires suffix. So we are going to do it like that. To 12-hour format, suffix is false here. So you can remove this line. And here we are just passing none. So we need the 12 and also the 24. All right. So this is much better in terms of the API. If we run all of our tests, we expect nothing to fail. Exactly, all of our tests are passing. Now we have isolated this from the prayer time calculator. Now we remove that from here. What is count line? It's 200, it's quite 220. It's a good thing. We're going to do other stuff. But for now, I'm thinking about the usage of the time format. Here we are using the time format here, right? And depending on the time format, actually, what we are doing, exactly, as you can see, here's the thing. Here we can do something much better. Since we are using the time format here, I believe we can export and make the logic as part of the time format class. So how we can do it? Well, basically, we can go to the time format here and create a function. This would be function abstract function for the enum. We can create functions for enums. And then we call it format time. We'll give it the prayer time as a double because this is what we are getting here. We are getting this as a double. We're going to refactor this into another thing, prayer time refactoring. This would be our last refactoring, hopefully. Now, here's what we can do. We can create it like that, and then we can override it in all the methods. Okay? Now, whenever we need to format time for specific thing, we can use our functions directly. Basically, we can copy all of this function and put them here as part of the time format. So we are reading in one single file. That would work also fine. Let's use that here and then we can see if we can do that refactoring. So here we need to use those methods. First, I think we have found something. I can make this function as private, right? And then create another function because this function with no suffix is using my function. So I can copy this one and basically I can remove it like that and provide the variable of false here. So I'm going to have problem here. I can basically just delete that because simply this mean with suffix and this one mean without suffix, with no suffix or without suffix. Yeah, let me rename it without suffix. So actually we are hiding some of the implementation internally for this one. This one is problematic. Now we can make this without suffix. It means we should use this one. Here's the problem. And here we need just to delete this one and everything should pass. Let's check. No, actually there is a problem here. Wow, this is an issue. So what is the difference actually? In the AM, here we don't have AM. So there is a problem. We need to make sure we are doing it correctly here. All right, I think the issue relies here. Okay, so this is no suffix and this is with suffix. So there was some problems internally. Let's run it again. Of course, you will have some problems from time to time. Yeah, so that's a good thing. Now we are going to delete this kind of errors, this manual errors. So now we are going to implement them directly here. So here is the code I used. I used those prayer times and use this helper methods. As I said, we can bring those helper methods here, but I need to do certain refactoring, so I don't want to impact this time format. Now, what we can do? We can do simple thing. Instead of creating all of this stuff, I can use the time format, which is the current time format variable. Since this time format, we'll have something called format time. So we can pass directly the formatting time. So here is the thing. We could do it like the following. We can create times dot for each. We are mapping actually. We are mapping from double into string. So here we can map like the following. We use time format this one, and format time for it, which is the current one. And this will return directly this one. We don't need all of this thing. Doesn't trust me? Well, we will see what the test will say. Okay, we can do much better. We can do it like that. Here we are going to do time format, colon, format time. We don't need all of that. Basically, we can convert it to expression body, and here you go. So here you can see the power of using object-oriented. We covered this logic into one simple file that will polymorphically call the required method. Now we can run off our tests, expect them to pass exactly. We are passing the tests. So as you can see, we gained some 20 lines. All right, this is fine, I think. Still, we have some problems to fix here. This code is ugly. So we are going to refactor this one, but let's do it until the next video since it will be a long video. So that's it for this video. In the next video, as I said, we are going to refactor this code. We are going to make it much cleaner and much understandable because there is a lot of issue going on here. So basically that's it for this video. Thanks a lot and see you in the next video.